first generation, we have cables here, a big box taking a PCIe slot here, and hinge here. When you open the panel, this will swing open. It's really heavy, right? Not very convenient to use and really hard to service for us because the end user has to take a lot of things out of the case so to get some panel back. So we want to solve that problem by taking Snowblind panels to a different approach.
Just the one screw?
I hope no one's complaining.
No, is it just the one screw?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. So one screw, well, we have other things, but this screw is to keep it from coming off by accident during shipping.
This is a TV. This is an OLED display, and you can actually see an image on this panel.
Oh, yes?
Yeah. And that's, see, if you look at the pinout, right?
Yeah.
So when you connect it right there, those pins go directly in there, and you can display, I'm guessing you have it connected to your phone, you can display whatever image.
Not phone. Oh, this phone is charging.
Oh. Well, you upload an image to it, and then it can be
So
displayed.
it becomes a piece of art.
Yeah. Or when you're playing games, you can put a video there playing in the background.
That's fun.
So this is our way to solve that problem because it was hard to service. This way, if anything goes wrong, the user just send this back. We send a replacement or fix it.
Okay.
And before the first two generations of Snowblind, we put panel on other people's cases. So first generation was NZXT, I think second was NZXT2. Now we want to, because it's not our cases, we don't have full control of all the details. But for the third generation, we want to have our own case, so we can control what needs to be there, what cannot be there. Okay. Another thing is we want to make Snowblind affordable to more gamers, other users. So there's nothing we can do here to make it more affordable. So we have to do something to the case. And this back to we have all the controls, so we can do whatever we want. We decided to change the construction, so the top and the front is one piece, back and bottom is one piece, modular tray, fan mount, and power supply rod is one piece. Three major pieces riveted together is very rigid, and it's always square even without the other side panel. That guarantees every time I put this panel in, it will be making that connection. I need that accuracy precision to do that. Other people's cases, I can't control the construction. They're riveted here maybe, or here I can't control that joint. Maybe it's not 90 degrees. It's a problem for us. Another approach we have, but it's on the other side of the show.
I had a question for you.
Yes.
So you said this is a solid construction piece right here.
Yep.
Is this supposed to be your intake right there?
Yes.
Is that where
Yes. So intake from the other side. Well, now people like clean front and tempered glass side.
Yeah.
We're running out of ideas for intake, so we're moving intake to the other side.
Okay, I just wanted to double check because
Yes.
I know because you could have that be exhaust like this, but that would make no sense because you're not going to have fans on the front or here. This basically has to be.
Correct.
Yeah.
And this is the bare bone for our Snowblind.
Sure.
Down the road, we'll have different options. When we do stamping, we do one more step. Maybe we have a 240 mount here, or maybe we'll have a 240 mount to the front, depending on the customization or other models we have. Another problem we have is for DIY users, usually they like toolless hard drive mount, right? But for our system integrators, it's a problem because those plastic rails are not really designed for shipping. So oftentimes we receive complaints when our system arrives to the end user, the hard drive is out. It's pretty heavy. It's a lot of metal. And it's moving around during shipping.
Yeah, sure.
So since we have full control of the case, we decided to punch these tabs from the bottom and put screws from the bottom to secure the hard drive.
Okay.
That way, it's very solid connection to the case. It's never coming out.
Right.
It doesn't flex.
White, I like it.
We wanted to bring Snowblind to the next level. So how about having more panels to the case?
Better. More is supposed to be better.
We have to start from there, right? But for regular case, the front is very narrow.
Right.
It's hard to find the screen at that resolution. I mean that aspect ratio. And also in the back, you have all the I/O there. It doesn't make sense to put a screen behind it. So we decided to move all the I/O to the top and make the case more like a square. That way we have the same panel on each side, so we can have all the screen. But when we finish the 4 screens, Snowblind panels here, it starts making less sense because you're looking at 2 screens and you can't see the other 2.
Right.
Why go through all the trouble putting 4 panels while you can only see 2?
So they're all going to rotate?
Yes, that's why I make it spin. That's the thinking process.
Sure.
But there's even a bigger challenge to make it spin because all the wires, they don't like to spin. Right?
Okay.
They will tangle, they will twist, and they will break eventually. So we look at other industries like wind turbines and robotics. They use a slip ring fitting to make all the electrical connections. So we take that concept and apply it here. That way we can plug a power cord, set power to the top of the power supply through that fitting. And then power supply will send DC power to all the components and also set power to the motor in the base to drive the thing to spin. At the same time, we pass down USB and HDMI ports because it makes sense to use wireless keyboard and mouse if the case is spinning, but it doesn't make sense to use a wireless flash drive because there's no such thing, right? So something you have to plug to a spinning case, you want that port to be stationary.
Right.
And that applies to video output too.
Sure.
Because this monitor doesn't spin
Gotcha.
the case. This why we have the ports.
Gotcha. How heavy is it?
One person can carry it.
What's this dial down here on the left? Is that spin faster, spin slower? Oh, spin on off. Gotcha.
Or the other way.
Oh.
If you're tired of one direction. So it's not very heavy. I can lift it if it's closer to me. Let me keep it spinning. So due to the output limitation on the video card, we can only do 4 outputs per card. So with the external monitor, we are running out of outputs. That's why I put the graphics card in.
Pretty nifty looking at it.
The way we do launches.
Case Builder is a case we announced last year at CES, and we released for pre-order last July. The idea behind that is a modular case. You have options for handles, feet, different handles, different feet, different front panels. It's really heavy.
Yeah. No, I wasn't gonna lift. I just wanted to see how if these you're saying
they're very strong. And different options for side panels. So by default it's tempered glass, but you can get steel side panel with some actions phones. There are options for layout too. Right now it's a regular ATX layout with a vertical GPU bracket, right? So you can also take out the top panel and the back and put this panel on top, so you have the 90-degree rotation motherboard, aren't you?
Yeah.
The idea is it's a modular case. There are a lot of parts you can change or upgrade later. Like this is an add-on for Snowblind panels. It's a kit. User needs to put the PCB board here with 2 screws, and then put the panel on, connect the HDMI cable.
Does this have a thumb current and a wireless charger?
It is a wireless charger, but it doesn't unlock anything with that. It's just sensor to change the lighting effect.
Oh, that's cool.
It's like a...
And you lay your phone on. Is this the mouse pad you gave us? That has,
Yes.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yes.
So will it do the phone and mouse and whatever you've got? So anything that's wireless, or is it just the phone?
Any Qi compatible can charge you.
Can I just leave my phone there? This location services is killing me.
Yeah, sure.
You don't have wireless charging on yours.
Charge.
But the error is you have to put it there if it's off by a little.
Yeah.
I'm going to start off location services before February 2nd. Kills my brain.
So this is Revolt 3 prototype. Revolt, it has been our small form factor gaming desktop. The first generation is a white box, a little bigger than the Xbox, but specs is really low. by today's standard. A few years ago, we did Revolt 2. Inspiration is from racing helmet, so we have a clear piece on top. You can see the graphics card, and when you open it, you can change your SSDs. Reason for that is for gaming events. They want to have a practice area and then a competition stage. So players can practice and then take the drive with the game settings, all sensitivity, everything to the stage, plug in. You don't need to see that's why we have that feature. So on Revolt 3, we want to carry all the good features from the first two generations. So from the other side, you can see motherboard, CPU, memory, power supply, M.2 drive. From this side, you can see graphics card.
He's coming out the front.
Plural.
Jerry.
Yes, graphic card.
Yeah, I mean the heat is supposed to be,
Yes,
it rises
it's
to the
meaning
top.
out.
Heat naturally rises, so it's what you would be like a chimney style.
Exactly. With PCIe bifurcation, we can split 116 to 8 plus 8.
8 and 8, yeah.
Yeah, 8 lanes. So right now we do have 2 cards, 22080s right now. In Revolt 2 we encountered some problem. We thought about graphics cards that are getting thicker, maybe 2.5 to 3 slots. That's why we leave a lot of headroom there, but they also got taller. It's pushing our side panels, right? So we decided, well, we'll leave enough clearance for any future graphics card. It cannot be taller than 170 millimeters or more than 4 slots or more than 400 millimeters long. So we're compatible with all the graphics card.
Hard drive hot swappable?
That's the setting in BIOS. If you set it to hot swappable, yes. It's just pull this handle, will come out, or can drop it in. If that cable didn't get in the way, and push it into position.
Is this meant to?
The mesh part, we're still figuring different ways to fix it, but this is the cable cover, which is also removable. So when you have all the things plugged in, run all the cables down.
Oh, it's a route.
Yes.
You just want to make sure you're away from the fan.
Yes. It's just when we do custom liquid cooling, that space is taken by the radiator.
Thank you.
The bag is very clean. That's not. The using scenario for 2 graphics card on ITX system may not be very practical.
Right, it's not a practical solution.
But if you put 2 AMD cards, they do crossfire.
Yeah.
And actually, there's no performance difference because on a regular Z series platform, it's only 18 PCIe lanes.
Yeah.
So when you do crossfire SLI, each card is running on 8 lanes. So doing this doesn't impact performance, but it opens the door to other PCIe expansion devices. You can put a graphics card playing games, and then you can put a capture card here to stream it, and you don't have to rely on USB. The limitation for 4K 30 or 1080p 60 hertz. You can do a capture card and do 4K 60 hertz. Or if you're into music and sound recording, you can have your PCIe recording interface here. Or we can even do 844. You can have your sound card and a PCIe SSD RAID card on it. So the possibilities are, I don't want to say limitless, but you are not limited to one device.
Yeah.
You can put more expansion cards in the ITX system. And also, if you have more cards, more cooling, you can use this taller configuration, or you can use smaller extensions. Just remove the piece here, so you can have a smaller case, or even smaller pieces, or don't use any extension. This will drop 90 millimeters, so it'll be very easy to carry. A few things we still need to adjust is once the case is getting heavy, like what we have here, it's not very secure to hold one handle. So we need something here to grip. There's something we need to work on next. But all the good looking parts are visible, except mechanical hard drive.
Let's say there's
Oh, you don't
two and
look at the
No one
menu.
really cares.
Correct.
They won't
Just so that it works.
Yeah.
Bread.
sounds good from the pedal back.